Welcome back to episode 2 of Keeping Up with the Merengues. I have had a lot of good feedback after the last episode. Amazing feedback. I'm actually happy you guys are enjoying and you guys enjoyed the first episode. And of course, episode 2 is here. One thing that you guys weren't really a fan of was the name of the show. That's why I've said it from the get-go. I listen to you guys. I take a lot of you guys' feedback into account. A lot of people recommended different names, but I felt like this Keeping Up with the Merengues sounds the best. And for that reason, welcome back to episode 2 of Keeping Up with the Merengues. Before I go any further, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Let's start off the episode with a couple of transfer news, and it starts off with Nico Paz, who is set to leave Real Madrid this summer to potentially different clubs, either Spain in Girona or most likely the destination will be Como in Italy, of course managed by Cesc Fabregas. I kind of predicted it in my tier list video. I did not expect Nico Paz to stay this summer. He's too talented to stay and play for the second team, in the second league, in the third league. Bro, he deserves minutes. He deserves consistent minutes, something that we can't provide him, but I'm sure other clubs can. And I feel like Como is a great destination. It's managed by Cesc Fabregas. There's a lot of talented players, one of them being the Iraqi superstar, Ali Jassim, who's just been signed, of course, to Como. And I feel like Italy could be a great place for him to progress and develop as a player. Real Madrid is set to, of course, sell him for 10 million. If you asked me, 10 million is cheap. That's peanuts, bro. In today's market where literally you've got people that is less average going for about 20-30 million, the fact that we only getting 10 million for Nico Paz, not happy with that. Another youngster who's also set to leave Real Madrid is Rafa Obrador, who got minutes in the pre-season against Barcelona, against Chelsea, and a couple against Milan. The left back that came on against Barcelona did a very, very good job, of course, replacing Fran Garcia. He is now set to leave and go to Deportivo de la Coruña, of course, based in the second division. In my opinion, that's a great move. First of all, it's only a loan deal, which basically will make him develop and progress, similar to what a lot of players have done in the past. Similar to Miguel Gutierrez, who's currently based in Girona. Similar to, of course, Dani Carvajal, who went to Leverkusen and progressed even further. So the fact that he's getting consistent minutes, in my opinion, to still staying in Spain, great move from Real Madrid. However, there's one more person who is potentially rumoured to leave Real Madrid. There's a lot of uncertainty on what's going on, and that is Lunin, who is currently still a Real Madrid player. But is he going to be a Real Madrid player in 13 days? That is the biggest question mark. Of course, Real Madrid has played 2 games so far to start off the season. That is, of course, Atalanta and the last game against Mallorca. 2 games which Lunin did not start either games. Is he going to be starting this season? No, he's not. Is he going to start maybe the dead robbers in the Champions League, the games that doesn't really matter in La Liga where we're resting maybe game week 30, game week 31, the cup games early on, the Super Cup maybe, then yes, maybe he will start. 100% he will start. But the most important games, he's not going to be starting. Let's say Real Madrid are playing about 70 games this season. Lunin could potentially start for only 10 of them. If you ask me, Lunin is too good for that as well. Lunin, I mean, you saw what he did last season. He showcased it to the whole world what he did last season. Literally keeping Real Madrid in the Champions League against Leipzig, against Bayern, against, most importantly, against City. So I don't see Lunin staying, but if he does stay, then fair play. That just showcases he loves Real Madrid. Or Real Madrid might have just offered him an agreement of like, just be patient, give it 1 year, and then maybe 2026 will give you a permanent start. But like I said, if you ask me in the next 13 days, is he leaving Real Madrid? I think he might. But of course, episode 2 is really dominated by one topic and one specific moment and one specific game that has caused a lot of drama. And that is, of course, Real Madrid and Mallorca, who played 2 days ago. And Real Madrid, they won. Yeah, they won, man. They won. They won 7-0. Real Madrid won 7-0 that game. And, of course, Vinny scored in the first 5 minutes. Mbappe then, of course, scored 2 goals. Then Jude scored. And somehow, miraculously enough, Toni Kroos came off the bench somehow and scored the 5th goal. In the second half, Zidane looked at Toni Kroos and was jealous. How the hell is he coming back from retirement? Let me do it as well. Zidane came on the second half and scored the 6th goal. And out of nowhere, Ronaldo booked his jet ski from Saudi Arabia to Real Madrid and managed to somehow come at Mallorca and score the 7th goal at, you know what minute he scored it? He scored 92:48. Real Madrid, that time rings a bell, doesn't it? But yeah, that's, by the way, then I woke up and I remembered Real Madrid drew 1-1. But, as Carlo Ancelotti said, karma. And that's really the first thing that we're going to talk about. Carlo Ancelotti, of course, after the game, did the hand signal of karma, which basically tried to reassure Real Madrid fans all around the world and tried to basically tell the media, calm down, this is only the first game. Why are you guys overreacting? Why is everyone getting a bit too excited? Why is everyone getting a bit too annoyed? It's the first game. We are, of course, the chemistry. We're still learning to play with each other. And, of course, it's a complete different formation, which he also mentioned. And, of course, that's one more thing which he said to the media, that Carlo Ancelotti is still learning to play in from the diamond formation to the 4-3-3, and he is very unsure how to do it without Toni Kroos. I've said it several times that 4-3-3 would not work, and I don't think it's going to work at all for Real Madrid. I think in terms of balance, if you want balance, which he also made it very, very specific in his press conference. If he wants balance, he came after the game and said, I lack balance, which I don't think, if you asked every single Real Madrid fan, I think every Madrid fan knew that we lacked balance. I don't think you needed a coaching license to do it. I don't think you needed to manage over 20 years to understand that you needed balance. You needed B-A-L-A-N-C-E. In order for you to get balance, the 4-3-3 is not going to provide you with any balance. The best possible formation, the best possible system is the diamond formation, which he did last season. And last season, Real Madrid did play games without Toni Kroos, and they still won. The reason why is because of the diamond formation. Another reason why he mentioned balance is because of a certain clip which really got circulated around the internet. Here you go. As you guys can see, Jude is basically saying when we lose the ball, there is a massive transitional threat, and something which last season we didn't really have, because we at least had protection in that midfield. Right now we've got really and truly 3 forwards who are very, very lazy in their press, if we're being real. And we've got Jude Bellingham, who basically has to do everything, and we've got Tchouaméni and Fede. So balance. I think that's the word of this episode. A couple of main talking points has happened after the game before we go to the bomb itself. And that is, Rodrygo has of course now taken over the corner duties from Toni Kroos after last season. ESPN did a special Mbappe cam, which basically followed Mbappe throughout the whole 90 minutes that Mbappe did against Mallorca, which also, Mbappe is also planning to do a documentary which has been started ever since he arrived at Madrid, and apparently it might be released in the next couple of months. Because Real Madrid drew and did not lose, Real Madrid is currently on the 3rd longest unbeaten streak in La Liga history with 33 games. The longest ever is Barcelona with 42 games unbeaten streak. That of course took place between 2017-2018 season under Valverde. But are you guys now ready for the bomb? Ready? This is of course the biggest talking point that's been happening, the biggest drama that's happened over the past couple of days, and that is to do with Rodrygo. Not surprised really. I mean, you guys know his press conferences and what he's done over the past last season after all the comments that he's making. Some people saying it was his social media team, but one thing for certain, it came from Rodrygo's camp. It has been confirmed by every single media outlet in Spain. And this is what he said. So Rodrygo replied to a social media post by saying, "Hi guys, yesterday the result was not what we wanted. In La Liga, every point makes a difference in the end. I'm happy with the goal and with the growth of the team. Last week they talked about the trio of Jude, Mbappe and Vinny, but they are going to have to add the R of Rodrygo to that trio. We have a quartet of attackers and the rest of their team. They all have their importance in the games and will show their value in a different competition in which we have to participate. The week will be full of hard work until our next match at the Bernabeu. Interesting. I would love for you guys to put in the comments what you guys think of that quote and what he said. I'm going to play devil advocate and I'm going to play both sides in this situation. On one part of it, I understand if people are upset with what Rodrygo said. It's because, one, the timing. The timing wasn't the greatest after, of course, what happened against Mallorca. Secondly, you're basically creating now the narrative within the Real Madrid team. Within the dressing room, there is ego problems. And one of them being yourself, which isn't really the best of looks, especially from the outsider's point of view. And last but not least, you're creating unnecessary pressure and criticism, especially because you're not really known to be the greatest of stalkers in the press conference, especially after your track record of last season. You're just adding more pressure and criticism, and you are now going to get under the microscope every single time you open your mouth. But on the other side of it, I cannot understand why he said it. I mean, listen, everyone has been talking about Mbappe, Vinny, and Jude. All the medias, they're only putting those three faces. Every single media outlet, they're only talking about those three people. Every single social media post, it's only about these three people, which I cannot understand from Rodrygo's point of view. I'm capable enough of being part of that. I'm not bad. I'm not a rookie. I've scored more Champions League goals than you and you. So why am I not part of the bracket? Why am I not part of the category? Why am I not part of the superstars of Real Madrid? He scored important goals. Yes, he has. He's been the main man in certain games. Yes, he has. So I cannot understand it from his point of view, because why is he being left out? Especially because he was the only one who scored against Mallorca. And really and truly, he was our best player against Mallorca. Whether you guys want to say, well, he shouldn't be playing because of the system, that's a completely different conversation. But in terms of the facts are, he was our best player against Mallorca. So I cannot understand why he'll be upset and why he'll be disappointed, because he did everything he had to do against Mallorca, yet the media are only talking about Jude, Vinny, and Mbappe. So I kind of hear it. But guys, this has been the end of the second episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and put down in the comments if you guys are enjoying the show. Next episode is going to be very, very, very tasty. Is Mbappe going to score in his debut at the Bernabeu in the league? And is Rodrygo going to create more drama? See you soon.